I don't watch Tucker Carlson as much as I used to, but I'll check in on him every once in a while. I agree with him, I don't agree with him. Sometimes, it depends. But recently, what he seems to have been up to is having the left call for his head, which really isn't anything new, but this time they seem pretty adamant. So, in one of his recent monologues, Tucker Carlson stood up for Kyle Rittenhouse, the teenager who shot two rioters in Kenosha, Wisconsin, and Tucker said that he had decided to maintain order when no one else would. So I'm looking at an article from Newsweek here, which I'll leave a link to in the description. Calls were growing for Carlson to be fired following his monologue about the violence in Kenosha, Wisconsin, in which he appeared to say that 17-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse's actions were understandable after days of chaos sparked by the police shooting of Jacob Blake. Well, it is understandable. The city's been on fire for the past few days because police are either partly enforcing the law or just not doing so at all. I don't know whether or not they've been told to stand down like in other cities, like Portland, but that wouldn't surprise me. So yeah, it's totally understandable if people want to come out and protect businesses with weapons because violent people are trying to attack them and burn those businesses to the ground. It's entirely understandable. So, continuing on Wednesday, he introduced the graphic footage from the riots, including images of a protester bleeding in the street after being shot in the head. The Fox anchor said that Kenosha has devolved into anarchy because the authorities in charge of the city abandoned it. Like I said, I don't know the exact facts of the case, but when you have violent riots for a fairly long time, yeah, it's totally understandable to say that the authorities aren't doing their jobs. He accused the authorities, from the governor of Wisconsin on down, of refusing to enforce the law. Again, don't know the specifics, but there's certainly a case to be made there. He asks, "Are we really surprised that the Kenosha situation intensified to looting and arson and then murder?" No. In any situation where you have large-scale violence and property destruction, and it goes unabated by any sort of law enforcement, it only escalates. It doesn't decrease just because the rioters don't go, you know what, I'm bored. I don't want to light things on fire anymore, or break windows, or attack people. They don't just stop. And so Tucker, asking these questions and making a reasonable case, has now upset many people who are calling for advertisers to drop him and calling for his show to be canceled. Robert Reich, the former labor secretary to President Clinton, said, "If they don't take action after this, every one of Fox News' executives, directors, and advertisers is complicit in Tucker Carlson's racist, murderous rants." What? I didn't see anything about race in there, and murderous? Where has Tucker called for murder? John Cusack called for people to boycott cable, like apparently just cable in general, until they ban Fox News. You're going to boycott your entire cable package because of one channel that you don't have to watch. That's great. And more people just came out of the woodwork to decry Tucker's monologue, and yeah. Does it surprise anyone? Me? No. The constant saying that Tucker Carlson is sticking up for a murderer type things is just, it's just ridiculous because, one, we still don't know entirely what happened in all the situations, but going by the video evidence, which I've seen, there's a lot of evidence that there's a lot of self-defense going on there. There's really only one situation that I would say is questionable, and that's the one in the parking lot with the first shooting, the one where the man gets shot in the head. That's the only one where I think there's any sort of question as to what's really going on. The rest, the video of this Kyle kid in the street getting attacked by everyone, pretty clearly self-defense. That's it. So, whatever your opinion on this Kyle Rittenhouse situation, someone in the news giving their opinion on it and making a good point is not, it shouldn't lead to calls for his firing and boycotting of his show, but what do you expect from these people? I don't expect much. Anyway, if you like what you heard here, please like, subscribe, and share this, and have a nice day, everybody, because 2020 just seems to be getting crazier and crazier. Bye.